And I think it's just a good time to come in and establish a brand and give people a brand that they can kind of like rely on, you know? Like I want to be the, Coca-Cola of the weed industry.
You said this lifestyle isn't forever. Why not?
For me, I'm just like such an extremist that I just like hyper focus on one thing and then I hyper focus on another thing. And so I do it so much to the point where I kind of like burn myself out on it. Like poker, I don't even really like play poker anymore. Like I play very rarely, just because I did so much for so long. So yeah, I think now it's like time to focus on some fun businesses that, are kind of in line with, the following that I've built and, like what I think people would respond well to. And one of those is the weed dispensary. Like, I've posted some pictures of, me and, just me with a girl and in the background was a bunch of weed, and it did like better than almost all my other pictures. And so I know that, the people that are following me are interested in that market. So I want to give them, kind of what they're interested in. Look, I could be making like probably $10 to $15 million a year just like posting on my Instagram ads, but I just haven't done that. So when I do post something, business related, I want it to be something that, I think is, like better than the competition. Like when I do my edible line and my concentrate line, like it's going to be, the best one out there, and it's going to be extremely well tested, and you're going to have consistency in the product, unlike a lot of the stuff in the industry where it's kind of like the Wild West out there where people are just, taking a syringe and injecting it in gummy bears and, kind of like, it's not like a, fine-tuned process on a lot of these like edible and concentrate companies. You got guys like cooking this stuff up and blowing themselves up, you know what I mean? Like it's, like Breaking Bad style, so the industry is very immature right now, and it's, it's a new market, and I think it's just a good time to come in and establish a brand and give people a brand that they can kind of like rely on, like I want to be the, Coca-Cola of the weed industry. I want to be something that, is in every store, that people can count on that product being the same, regardless. And I just don't feel like the weed industry has that right now.
I mean, so the goal with the business is it just to see how much marijuana you can sell, basically?
Well, that's definitely an appealing part,
Right.
Sell as much weed as possible. But no, I want to do a line. I don't feel like there's a real brand in the marijuana space, so I kind of want to like establish the first actual brand. And there's a lot of inconsistency too, like, certain edibles are dosed at, they say 10, but they're really, 5. And so people kind of like, get used to taking, whatever they think they're taking, and they take another one that's actually correctly dosed, and then they're on the moon. So for me, I kind of want to make something that's consistent and, a better product, and kind of like brand it. And I think that'll be big business.
10 years from now, where do you think you are?
I mean, I would hope that I would be, having, 10,000 different weed dispensary franchises across the United States, and have the best concentrate and edible line there is. And, part of these dispensaries, I'm gonna have hot girls in there, and I think it's gonna be a cool experience. It's fun, man. Like I've climbed a lot of the mountains that I want to climb. So I think the next thing is to kind of build an empire and do something with the brand, and kind of like show the world how, this social media actually is far better than, these traditional forms of advertisement where, you're watching a TV show and, the commercials come on and you hit mute, or people mentally tune them out. Like you have people on their cell phones 70% of the day. Like you have a captive audience that, as long as you're not, selling out like a lot of these guys that'll do anything for the dollar, as long as you're doing the stuff that you believe in and you're promoting like quality products and stuff like that, I feel like there's huge value in the, social media advertisement stuff. And I also want to do like up commercials. Like I want to do like, for, a supplement company, if I were to do a commercial for them, I'd have, there's the guy, and, he's kind of frustrated, and, he's, not satisfying his wife, and he comes home and like the kid's playing video games, and his, friends kind of like making fun of the dad, and he goes to work, and, the coworkers are talking to him, and the typical commercial would be like, he takes these supplements, and now he comes back and he satisfies his wife, and his kid respects him. And like I just want to do like a up version of that, where like he takes these supplements and now he's like the boss's wife, and he like beats the shit out of like his little kid's friend. And so I want to kind of like do some marketing like that, where I don't have to conform to these, these big businesses that have HR and PR, and they just do this typical boring cookie cutter nonsense. Like I want to like kind of revolutionize advertising a little bit and do some of that.